Your brain has one job: to keep you safe. But here's the paradox: the same system designed to protect you is the one silently holding you back from the life you want. Every time you dream of changing something, a habit, a job, every time you dream of changing something, a dream of changing something, a habit, a job, a relationship, that ancient part of your brain lights up with alarms, whispering, "Don't, it's not safe." You feel it as hesitation, overthinking, procrastination. You call it fear, but it's really protection, an outdated survival program that your subconscious still believes you need. Why does your mind treat growth like danger? Why does it resist the very things that could set you free? And most importantly, how can you reprogram this built-in safety system so it stops working against you and starts working for you? Stay with me until the end, because you'll all discover how your brain's fear mode can be rewired, turning anxiety into energy and survival into creation. Why does your own mind resist the very life you're trying to create? You felt it. You say, "I'm ready," and a quiet voice replies, "What if it goes wrong?" That whisper slows your steps, floods you with doubts, and turns clear decisions into fog. We call it fear, but underneath, it's your brain doing what it was built to do: protect you at all costs. For most of human history, the unknown was a real threat. New sounds, new paths, new faces, any of them could hide danger. So the brain learned a rule that once saved us: familiar equals safe, unfamiliar equals risk. Thousands of years later, the tiger isn't on the path, it's in our thoughts. The jungle is a meeting, a move, a relationship, a dream you haven't lived yet. Your nervous system can't tell a career change from a cliff edge. It just feels height and leans back. Ancient wisdom saw this pattern long before neuroscience. Aristotle said courage isn't the absence of fear, but acting with wise judgment in spite of it. Courage to him was the middle point between panic and recklessness, the steady step taken with awareness. The message: fear will knock, but reason chooses the door. In the East, Buddhism offers another lens. The mind clings to what is known because it confuses control with safety. But life is movement. To hold tightly is to suffer. To release is to see clearly. The Buddhist teaching is simple and radical. Freedom is not found by freezing change, but by meeting change with attention and compassion. The Stoics agreed. They taught that peace comes from aligning with nature, and nature is flow. Heraclitus said, "No one steps into the same river twice." It isn't just poetry. It's physiology. Your body renews itself cell by cell. The sky shifts by the hour. When we demand guarantees from a world that breathes in uncertainty, we create inner conflict. We're rowing against the current and wondering why we're exhausted. Think of everyday moments. You want to speak up, your chest tightens. You want to leave what isn't working, your stomach flips. You want to love again, your mind replays old pain. The brain tags novelty as danger, so it paints the future with yesterday's shadows. But philosophy offers a reframe: change is not the enemy. Unconsciousness is. What you resist controls you. What you face with awareness becomes your teacher. So here's the pivot. True safety isn't in staying the same. It's in trusting your capacity to adapt. When you treat change as a partner instead of a predator, the fear voice loses authority. You move from don't go to go carefully, go consciously, go with values. That shift is the door. In the next part, we'll all open it with science. We'll see exactly how the survival brain labels growth as threat, and how to retrain it to recognize change as safe. If philosophy teaches why fear exists, science shows how it works. Inside your brain, there's a small almond-shaped structure called the amygdala, your built-in alarm system. Its job is ancient and automatic: detect danger, trigger fear, and flood your body with chemicals that keep you alive. Thousands of years ago, it was brilliant. It kept us alert in the dark, ready to run or fight. But today, that same system doesn't know the difference between a tiger in the jungle and an uncomfortable conversation at work. It still reacts with the same survival signal: danger, stay where you are. When your brain senses change, it activates that alarm. The hypothalamus releases stress hormones, your heart speeds up, and your body prepares to fight or flee. The problem? There's no real threat, only the unknown. The modern brain interprets uncertainty as danger because, to the subconscious, difference still equals unsafe. That's why even positive change, starting a new habit, speaking in public, falling in love, can trigger resistance. The brain isn't sabotaging you. It's protecting you based on outdated data. Neuroscientists like Joseph Ledoux discovered that the amygdala reacts faster than conscious thought. Before your rational brain even evaluates the situation, the emotional brain has already decided, don't move. It's a built-in shortcut that saved your ancestors. But now it keeps you stuck in repetitive loops, comfort zones that feel safe but shrink your potential. The good news is the system isn't fixed. Thanks to neuroplasticity, the brain can learn new safety signals. Every time you face fear consciously, breathe, stay, act, you send a new message. I'm safe. Even here, over time, neurons rewire, the alarm quiets, and change stops feeling like a threat. That's how exposure therapy works in psychology and how mindfulness works in spiritual practice, different languages for the same rewiring. Even Lisa Feldman Barrett's research on emotions shows that fear I send to your reflex, it as a prediction. Your brain guesses what will happen based on memory, not reality. So when you feel afraid, you're not experiencing truth, you're experiencing a forecast built from the past. By updating that prediction through awareness, you literally reshape how the brain reads the world. So what if instead of trying to erase fear, you trained your brain to feel safe in movement? What if you taught it that uncertainty isn't danger, it's discovery? Because the more you lean into change with curiosity, the more your biology adapts. The mind you feared becomes the ally you trust. Stay with me because next we'll explore a simple practice that helps you do exactly that, teaching your brain that change can be safe, freeing, and even joyful. So let's look at what we've uncovered. Your brain isn't your enemy, it's a loyal guardian running on ancient software. It learned that safety equals survival, so it resists what it doesn't know. Philosophy calls that attachment to the familiar. Science calls it the amygdala's alarm. But they both point to the same truth. Your mind confuses discomfort with danger. You've seen how Aristotle called courage the balance between fear and wisdom. How the Buddha taught that freedom comes when we stop fighting change. How neuroscience proves that the brain can learn new safety signals, rewriting fear into curiosity through repetition and awareness. Together, they reveal one message. You were not designed to stay the same. You were designed to evolve. Now imagine this. You wake up 1 year from today. The fears that once froze you have softened. The things that once felt impossible now feel natural. You make choices with calm confidence because your brain no longer treats growth as threat. It treats it as safety. That is not fantasy. It's physiology. Every thought you repeat, every moment you breathe through discomfort tells your neurons, we survived change. We're safe here. And slowly, your brain rewires to match the life you once thought was beyond you. Let's make that real right now. Here's a simple practice to begin reprogramming your subconscious for change. Tonight or whenever you feel fear, close your eyes and take 3 slow breaths. Place your hand over your chest and say to yourself, it's safe to grow. It's safe to change. Don't force belief, just let your nervous system hear it. Picture your brain softening, the tightness loosening, the walls becoming doors. Feel your body catching up to the message. Safety lives inside you, not in control. Repeat it for a few nights. You'll start noticing small shifts, a calmer decision, a deeper breath, a moment of silence where anxiety used to be. That's not magic. That's neuroplasticity, your biology learning that the unknown is not an enemy, but an invitation. So the next time your brain says, stay safe, smile and whisper back, safety is not in staying still. Safety is in trusting myself. That's how survival becomes creation, and how fear turns into freedom. If this video helped you see yourself differently, share your experience in the comments. Someone out there might need your story tonight. And if you want to keep learning how science and spirituality meet inside the mind, subscribe because this is just the beginning of a new kind of safety, the kind that lets you grow.